Hey, welcome back to Everything Money. As always, I'm your host, Seth. I'm here with Paul and Mo. Today, we're talking about Qurate Retail. Bobby, one of our patrons in a live stream, donated to our donations on our live streams, Paul. We give away money to charities, and he donated this. We didn't have time to get to it last show, so he wanted to look at Qurate Retail. The ticker symbol is QRTEA. And if you go to our Everything Money software, down below, it talks about what Qurate is. They have tons of different online commerce industries: QVC, HSN Markets, retail brands.
Frontgate?
HSN, Zulily, Ballard,
Frontgate. Ballard Designs and
furniture,
Frontgate.
right?
Garnet.
What? Furniture stores.
Garnet Hill.
Yeah, I have Ballard in my new house.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Anyway,
Frontgate.
we want to look at this. It's this has come up before. We've done videos, and I think Jesus, Paul, I think I might still own this. Let me look it up while you go into it. What we're going to do, folks, in this video is a couple things. We're going to have Paul show us under the hood of Qurate. What are the financials behind the stock price, and is the price justified? Is it overhyped? Is it overvalued? Or is it underpriced? We'll head over to Mo to see what's going on with the trading aspect of Qurate, and then we'll go back to Paul for the our beautiful stock analyzer tool, which is available to our patrons. You know you get this software. We'll get into everything we know about Qurate. Paul, go ahead, take it away on the market cap and what you know about this company while I look it up real quick.
Take it away now.
I think I have to give it away.
Yeah, I know. That's It was a play on the song. $5.3 billion market cap, PE of 3.7.
What?
Wow.
Profit, that's a check.
Okay.
Profit margin of 9.8%. That's an X, barely underneath. Decent gross profit, though, of 35%. No dividend. And decent return on assets in 5 years. Return on invested capital, 8.5%, 7.8%. Nothing great, nothing terrible, but definitely above average. What's the 3.7 PE for? They must have had a monster year last year.
Yeah.
QVC. People probably, buying.
And you know what? With all furniture and everything, we see where we are with that.
Yeah, look at this revenue growth. 10.6 to 14.6. You know, it was up from the previous year, but not...
Is that a big jump?
Yeah, not as big as I would have thought. About a 10% jump from last year. I wonder how much of this growth here was the acquisitions, because look how steady their revenue was over the previous 5-6 years.
Right.
And then all of a sudden they have big jumps.
Paul,
Okay.
I do own $5,000 of Qurate. I bought it $13.50, and I'm down 7% since I bought. So
Was that a magic formula?
Little book?
this was just one we went over many months ago that I fell in love with. And that's okay. I'm down, but I'd love to see where I should stick with it now. It's sort of close to home here. Keep going.
Okay, so profit 1.65 to 1.43. So that's an X. They're actually down in profit even though revenue is up 40%. Immediate question I ask. And then look at this profit over the last 5 years. 1.65, 2.3, 587, loss of 530, gain of 1.4. What does this tell you, Seth?
Oh, look at that, declining.
Well, not only declining, I mean, it's all over the board.
Yeah, a little chaotic, isn't it?
Yeah, so one of the things that we do with 8 pillars is not just looking at the 8 pillars, but what makes them up. This is telling me there's some inconsistency here, especially when the previous 5 years was a little bit more consistent, but also dropping. So I want to understand, why are they having such inconsistent profit? One of the things we would look at is, in a few minutes, we're going to look at the free cash flow and see that also is up and down like this one, or there might be some other reasons why. We can explain things. All right. So next, shares outstanding, 453 down to 411. Check mark there. So they're buying back their shares, which is a good thing, especially for a quote unquote undervalued company. All right. This software here, like I said, guys, before, this software gives you all the 8 pillars, stock analyzer tool, Discord chat with over 3,500 members where you can talk about investing in a very organized way. Get in now, 80 cents a day. Whatever you buy it for today is what you'll have it for the future, and you'll get all updates. This thing is incredible. It does all the hand-holding for you. You just have to sit there and be able to open up a program. We have the app coming out. This is incredible.
Yeah, keep going, Paul, with Qurate.
Balance sheet. $4 billion in essentially cash and $4.2 billion in liabilities. That's an X right now.
Hey, boy.
Yep. Oh, boy is right. Cash flow. All right, guys, let's see where the cash flow is going. 1.4 billion to 2.07. So that's a check mark. But again, the free cash flow here isn't very consistent either. They had 1.4 down to 1.08, down to 660, up to 908, up to 2. Average of 1.2 billion times 20 is $24 billion. And the market cap is what?
5.3 billion.
Yeah, so this is a very low, this is selling for about high 4s price to free cash flow. This is very, very cheap. Why?
Yeah, why?
That's the question to ask. In this expensive market, why is this cheap?
Yeah.
80-90% of cheap companies are cheap for a reason. But there's about 10 or 20% that has a mispricing of some sort. Why is this so cheap? I don't know. So this is what you're gonna do, spend a lot of time. You should spend a lot of time figuring out why it's cheap by doing some research. Just Google it. Find out what's going on in the company. Go read a couple of annual reports. If you want the annual report, guys, on our main page, you go to the bottom, you click annual reports, boom. Takes you right to the SEC website. And then you click 10K, and the most recent 10K will appear right there. Done. So do some research, join our Patreon, go to the Discord, talk to other investors about it, because I don't know why this is so cheap. Let's put in our stock analyzer tool.
Well, that might be why I fell in love with. Go ahead, Mom. This might be why I fell in love with it a bit. But now I'm sort of confused. You know, sometimes if you're out there at home, you might be thinking, well, why did I get into some of these stocks? And this might be me, Paul. I think I fell in love with this after we did a video. It seemed cheap. But right now I'm sort of confused why I'm in it and wondering if I should keep my stake here.
Yeah. Right when I saw the PE, my first thought was, why is that there? Dig into that a little bit.
Let's head over to Trader Mo and see if they're trading this. Mo operates in the Bid and Ask Nation, our glorious Patreon tier where you trade. And go ahead, Mo, get into this. What do you got over there?
So we can see that they had a big gap down back in when was it, September, and they've definitely filled that up. Now, of course, right here they had a little bit of a gap in May, and they are coming down pretty nicely, as we can see, coming through the sweet spot. Maybe going to do a sweet spot reversal, but if they can keep making these engulfing candlesticks down, fill that gap, break through this resistance level of, say, $11.50, there's definitely some potential here on the downside. Wouldn't you agree with that?
You mean shorting this?
Shorting it. Why don't we look at the moving averages real quick, just to see where we're sitting.
Scary. Yeah.
And look at that. So let me erase that. Today, it has fallen below the 100-day moving average, which is that blue line that it fell through. So if it can close the day below the 100-day moving average, and maybe tomorrow make another engulfment down, this has some major room to run to $11.20, where the next support level is at the 200-day moving average.
Well, that's not good for my stock position, Mo.
It is not. It is not. But remember, the reason you bought this was from a value perspective. You don't care about the day-to-day, week-to-week, month-to-month. You're in this for the long haul, 1 to 5 years, you know?
Paul, should I be in this for 1 to 5? What do you think?
Let's find out.
So I'm inputting the data into the stock analyzer tool, my assumptions here. The hard part is, you know, when you're putting in the free cash flow multiple and the PE multiple, when you're coming off of 3.7 and 2.5, you have to figure out, like, what do you, I mean, that alone is going to skyrocket the price. I guarantee this is going to tell you this is a buy all day right now. Yeah, absolutely. It has a stock on the low side worth $20.
It's $12 right now.
And the high side is $67. So it really is important before you go up there and go, oh my God, I'm buying the stock. Go figure out why it's selling so cheap. This is why. I mean, this is exactly what we need to do. I don't know how to. I mean, this is investing, guys. This is the art of investing. We don't know why this is the case. Is this right? Is this not right? What's the reason why they're selling for 3.5, 4 times earnings? I don't know.
Go figure it out.
Yeah,
you'll be able to figure it out. It's just got to figure it out.
Okay, so in the end, that's what we really want to do. We want to use our 8 pillars as a screener to say, are we interested in this? And now we can dig a little bit deeper. Of all the stocks in the world that all the YouTubers tell you to buy with very little data-driven science behind it, we found one that seems interesting, and we need to do our due diligence now to see, should we keep this? Should I keep this, Paul? This is an interesting one. It is cheap, and that's very rare.
Where are they based out of?
I mean, I don't know. While he's looking that up, I just look at the brand. QVC, HSN, Frontgate, Bell. I mean, those are good companies.
Yeah, but the thing is, QVC is for TV. I mean,
it is. Now, they do have a great online shopping.
Do they?
Yeah, it's good. So the problem is, can you get traffic to go there to purchase the items?
Frontgate and Ballard Designs, I mean, that's pretty good stuff. I just bought stuff from Frontgate this week for my new house.
Yeah.
Especially for my
Nicole
dogs.
loves that Frontgate stuff.
Who does?
Nicole.
Oh,
I never even heard of it until you guys started talking about it. I'm not into that stuff.
My new dog bed is from Frontgate.
Curate's in Westchester, PA. Road trip, Tim. We should go out there in Westchester. And
Let's start demanding some answers.
Yeah. All right, folks. That's our take on Qurate. Good luck out there. We will certainly update this in the future if things change. And we appreciate your support. Join the Patreon. And patrons, you know it's awesome. I love you. And we'll see you guys. Thanks. Of course, you know that. Fondle the thumbs up on the way out. What was I thinking? Love you. You know I love you.